What is going on, everybody? Week 7 of the NFL season has started. Good start for myself to the week, hitting on 3 plays. Main play, the under first half hit for us in that game. That was an ugly game, guys. Very ugly game. Philly, great comeback. Wentz has been great in the fourth quarter of the past 2 games at least, and he's been finding guys even though he doesn't have many targets. He's been creating chances for the team to win, and great performance. So yeah, we were on the under the first half there. Couple props as well. Daniel Jones under in passing yards. This is something you guys want to follow all year and play. I'm going to be playing most likely for the rest of the year on Daniel Jones under passing yards. It hit every time so far except once. It was 230, too high. So it's something you guys want to watch for. A little tip to you guys. Look for Daniel Jones under passing yards until the books adjust. Anything from 220 or above, I would suggest to play the under. We also hit, another thing with Daniel Jones, his rushing, right? He had an 80-yard run, 49-yard run the last week. He looks to run. So we were on the over 27 as well, just on a couple small prop plays that I gave out and that I bet. So good start. You always want to start good, especially some of my Thursday haven't been great. So when you lose Thursdays going into the weekend, you may not be as confident, and going into a losing weekend, it's not great. So hopefully we have a good week. Last week, 2-3, not a profitable week. We were on a 13-4 run in the NFL, guys, the past 2 weeks before that. So that always helps. Runs are going to end, right? So we want to get back on another run this weekend. It's a good start. So hopefully it continues. Let's go over week 6 here. Just some news, some big games, some big wins, I think, coming out of the week 6. We had New England lose at home to the Broncos. Not too many people seen that. Cam couldn't get anything going. The D played good, but the offense was horrible. They had a chance to win at the end, couple interceptions towards the end of the game, but they just couldn't get in the end zone. Cam looked rusty off the COVID experience. Maybe he obviously wasn't practicing as much. This New England team's going to struggle to make the playoffs. We all knew they weren't going to be as good, and it's showing right now. So I'm looking for them maybe to get back on track this week. We'll talk about that. Bears moved to 5-1 and slowed down the hot Panthers. This Bear team's for real, and it's mainly because of that defense. This defense is for real, guys. Shut out Tampa Bay to 19 points the week before, 16 to the Panthers. This team and defense is for real. If they can find a run game, this team can make a playoff run, in my opinion, because of that defense. Maybe some Foles magic in the playoffs as well, right? And the big win of the week was Tampa Bay at home, in my opinion, smashing Green Bay. That was my favorite play of the week, and we did cash on that for subscribers. Tampa Bay made Rodgers look below average. He made him look below average. At first, at the beginning of the week, I know I mentioned that I did lean Green Bay, but looking into it more, I jumped on Tampa. I did a little more research on the Tampa side, and I love Tampa to win this game. Very, very solid game all around. Obviously, their defense won them that game, made Rodgers look below average. The bye week and Adams didn't matter. Bucks looked solid. Gronk, what a beast Gronk was in that game. He looked like the old Gronk and Brady connection. Let's get right into week 7. I'm going to break down 3 games like I always do. Give you an underdog play that I think could win. And, of course, my teaser. Bengals versus Browns. Bengals versus Browns. -3 the Browns. Total 50.5. Total 50.5. Division game. Why I want to talk about this game? It's mainly because when I first seen it, I was all in on the Cleveland. -3 Cleveland only. Let's jump on them. But I held my horses, like they like to say. And however, I looked into it a bit more, and I started getting second thoughts. Mayfield is banged up, guys. Right? How is he going to come out? How will he play? He left the game last week with the ribs. So it's hard to bank on that. Their secondary is banged up still, right? And the Bengals are getting healthy. They got Dunlap back. They got Geo Atkins. back those two vets, they'll help right away for them. Now, Mixon seems questionable. As I'm doing this video, he was questionable. As I was doing this video, I just got a tweet that I follow Adam Schefter, all those NFL guys, saying he's not playing. This is a big factor. Okay, this is a big factor here. So it is something you want to consider in the spread here. I'll go over that in a minute. If he doesn't play, he isn't playing. So I do like the Browns here to lay the -3, maybe wait for a 2.5. I don't think it's going to get 2.5, but I would lean that way. It is a big loss. We haven't seen Bernard much. So it's going to be a kind of a one-dimensional offense here. I do think the Browns could bounce back after the tough loss to the best D in the league, right? But it's just those question marks, right? How healthy is Baker? How is he going to come out here? How is that secondary going to hold up? I don't want to invest in him with the question mark. So also the Browns' history in Cincinnati, you got to look at that. It's not good at all. And the Bengals have been covering machines at home and even against the Browns in general. History, 8-2 against the spread. 8-2 against the spread against the Browns. Remember, these two played in week 2. But Joe Burrow was green. He wasn't experienced. You expect him to be a lot better here in this game against that secondary. Lots of scoring in that game, too. Went way over the number. This Browns D has given up 33 points per game over its last 3 contests. And I mentioned a lot of it is due to the injury. Right? Chubb has been a big loss for them, and it's showing. Hunt is better suited as a third down guy, in my opinion. Or catch out of the backfield, some big yardage plays. He's good with that, right? He'll get you a good chunk, 30-yard run from catching out of the backfield. Him and Chubb, the connection was solid, was great. They were playing well when he was there. Now it's starting to show. I like the Bengals at +3.5. It's moving now, though, -3. Tough number to bet. I'm not going to have an investment on it. The recent news that I just got while I'm doing the video here saying Mixon is out makes me lean to the Browns. And I would look at the over here, the over 50.5. Check the weather. If it's going to be a lot of rain, I'm hearing there's some rain there in Cincinnati. Check the weather before you invest in it. I don't love playing overs if it's really bad weather. But minus the weather, I like the over here. Next game, Carolina versus New Orleans. Now, we didn't think Carolina was going to be this good, right? The red-hot Panthers stumbled last week, though, against the top-notch D in the Bears, and I kind of figured that. They made it competitive, towards the end there. However, it just wasn't enough. That defense is solid. You can't just score 16 points and expect to win a game, right? It's not going to get any easier here versus the Saints, who are getting healthy. Thomas could be back in this one. Again, while I'm videotaping this, I got a message saying he may not play. And it's been affecting this offense. As you can see, Breeze hasn't been the same. The D is going to be healthy, though, for the Saints. And this is why I think they get it done at home. I don't like the -7. I don't like that. If you guys got Carolina +7.5, I'll shake your hand. Good job. I missed it. This is where I think New Orleans and the teaser would make sense. If you're going to play this game, get it down right to a pick'em or -1. This is where I think Carolina could just win at home. Christian McCaffrey won't be back in this one. Looks like he's back next week. So that's good. I have Christian McCaffrey in my fantasy team, one of my fantasy teams, one of my bigger ones, like $200 league. And I've been missing him. I lost a few in a row because of that, so I'm happy for that personally. Comment on the total. I like the under. I like the under here just because of, Carolina's struggles last week. Obviously, this isn't the same defense, but I don't think Breeze is looking the same. He hasn't looked that great, guys. And I do think it's going to stay under because of that. And I think New Orleans D shows up here at home. Next game, New England. New England -2 versus San Fran. Total 43.5. It should be a fun one. Jimmy G back against his old team. And the Pats coming off a tough loss. San Francisco coming off a big win too, right, versus the Rams. So sometimes when teams play big home games, right, versus division, and then win, and then travel. I like to lean the other side. Bill should know how to play against Jimmy, right? More than anybody, and I expect their D to show up here against Jimmy and the Bill Belichick's squad. 49ers are still banged up a bit. However, they just started getting healthy in the offense. Samuel back, Kittle back, and then who goes out? Mostert, right? One of their most explosive guys on the offense. And I think it's going to affect them here. Cam will need to play much better if New England wants to win this, obviously. And you have to think he will after a little more rest, some more practice. I think he will show up here. Another week of practice should put him back on track this week for this team and Cam. I really like the under in this one when it opened up at 45. However, we missed it. And now it's 43.5, which is really low. I would maybe lean more first half under, which may be a play for me. I haven't got to it as of yet. But yeah, I don't see much scoring in this game. I see New England's D showing up against Jimmy. And I see, Cam maybe struggling a bit. I think they can get to him, get to the quarterback in this one. And look at the under. But if I had to play the side here, it would be New England at home to bounce back. I don't like betting against Belichick losing 2 games in a row, especially at home. Leave you guys with the underdog play of the week. It's going to be the Lions. Last week we took Washington. It was tied in the 4th, and then a stupid bonehead interception lost them it. So we'll take the Lions here. They look great off the bye. I know it was against the Jags, but their offenses look solid, and their defense played pretty well too. So I think their newfound running back with Swift, I think it gives them another option, and I think they have a good chance to get a road win here. Should be a lot of points in this one as well, so I do lean the over 55.5 in Atlanta. Leave you guys with a teaser here, alternate line parlay, two game parlay if you want to put alternate line or teaser, however you guys want to mention it. 3 in a row on the video plays for the teasers, so let's go for 4. Bills -6.5, Cowboys +6.5. Switch it up a little bit here. Make this short and sweet. Bills are playing the Jets, and the Cowboys are playing one of the worst teams also in the the Washington football team. Cowboys aren't great either, guys. I understand. But you're giving me +6.5 on the against the Redskins. Sign me up. I think it's going to be down to a field goal game, and Washington could win this game. But I'm going to be on the Cowboys +6.5 and the Bills -6.5. All right, guys, that will do it for the Week 7 video. Feel free to subscribe if you're not. Please help me out with that and the likes. Comment if you like as well. And also check out systemsportscapping.com for subscription information. I cap all sports. Check out the website if you want more information on that. Best Bets has been sent to subscribers already. I may have a couple more plays and a couple props on Saturday. All right, guys, like I always say, bet smart and know your limits. Take care.